Hi, my name is John Paul Raj, and I'm on a mission to make the learning of math fun. So, if you're new to this channel, please do consider subscribing. On this particular video, I'm going to share a few tips on how to draw a pie chart using the TI-CX2 when the data given is numeric. Let's find out. Before we jump onto the calculator, there are a few housekeeping that I want to just underline. Even though you're using the calculator during the time of the exam, you have to physically draw the pie chart if that is a question that's asked, okay? That means you have to find the angle, all right? These angles for each of the sector, that is what's important. So you need to use all those proper geometrical instruments to construct each sector correctly, accurately, right? So a protractor is something that will be required, a compass to get a nice circular pie, that will be important. So the calculator is only going to help you find out, what the angle is going to be, but that angle to try and translate onto the written paper, you got to do it using the protractor. So physically you have to draw. This is going to guide you and help you. All right, so let's jump to the calculator. This is our calculator screen. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to first enter some data. All right, so listen, spreadsheet page is where we enter the data. For the first thing, let's try and do a pie chart using a non-numeric data. I already clarified that this video is about a numeric data, but just for the benefit of those who don't know how to draw a pie chart, first of all, remember a pie chart generally is for non-numeric data, what we call categorical data, okay? A non-numeric data is referred to as categorical data, and pie charts are mainly reserved for categorical data. So let's just take one quick example on a categorical data. Let's just say we have batsmen here. Let's just say, the column frequency, FREQ, refers to the number of people who think that's their favorite batsman. Okay, just something I made up. So let's just type in some names like, Rohit Sharma, Rohit. And let's just say that we spoke to 50 people, all right, out of 50 people, the studies. And let's just say 27 out of those 50 people that we asked, like Rohit Sharma. All right. Then we need to have Kohli there, right? How can we do any example without the name Kohli there? Okay, if it's cricket. Okay. So let's just say Kohli. This is nothing against you, Virat, my friend. Let's just say the number out of the 50 people that we spoke to, 13 people preferred Kohli. All right. How many do we have now? This is like about 40 already gone. Okay. So the other batsman. Let's just say we are talking about Bumrah. Okay, this is batsman, Bumrah. Okay, Bumrah as a batsman, okay? Bumrah as a batsman, okay? Recent innings in the test matches, looking at that. Bumrah as a batsman, this would be, let's just say, some 5 people said that out of the 50, right? Out of the crazy 50, the sample. And let's just say we've got another batsman. Who should I take this time? Who's another exciting guy? What about Jadeja, Sergi? Jadeja. Some 3 guys there, and then just let's take KL Rahul. Okay, so KL Rahul, some 2 guys. All right, yeah, he's a good batsman. Technically, I like watching KL Rahul, but recent form. Okay, so we've got a total of 50, right? That's 27, 13. That should be about 40 there, and 45, 48, and 2. Okay, cool. This is just made up example. Any of these guys accidentally happen to watch this video, or any of you guys who watch this video, have a problem with these examples, it's just made up. Okay, just our focus should be on the pie chart. How to draw a pie chart when the data is non-numeric. And the data here is that first column, non-numeric, right? That's called the categorical data, all right? Non-numeric. This is frequency. Now, a couple of tips. Even though you have labeled it as frequency, you're a human being, you'll understand, that's frequency, but the calculator is a machine. It's going to consider it as a list with a name. The name of the list is frequency. So you got to tell the calculator that this is the frequency, all right? The calculator uses a certain word called summary list. Okay, or a summary plot. A summary plot would be what you have plotted, what kind of chart, what kind of diagram you are using, whether it's a bar chart or whether it's a pie chart in this case, the summary of the data. So when the calculator uses the word summary, that actually refers to frequency. So even though you've called this column as frequency, or even if you call it summary, the calculator is not going to understand. It's a machine. In its brain, summary list. And I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so what we're going to do is that let's just add a data and statistics page. And right now you can just see all these floating around. Okay, this is not a scatter plot. We got to define. And we come to this x-axis and here we choose batsman. That's the list. And as you can see, the first thing, when you see the data coming in colors, Okay. When you see the data coming in colors, that means it's categorical, it's non-numerical. So the calculator, the moment it's seen the data as no numbers, the calculator already knows that this is categorical data. All right, categorical data, no numbers. On the y-axis, please don't go and do frequency. This is second tip. Don't, even though you've called it, this is what I meant. Even though you've called that list frequency, I'll show you what will happen. Okay, if you actually choose frequency, can you see? Suddenly, that's a scatter plot basically. But we don't want a scatter plot, right? We want a pie chart. So I'm just going to undo, Control Z or Command Z if you're on the Mac. Don't do that. What you need to do before you bring in that data belonging to that list called frequency, you need to go to Menu, Plot Properties, and there you say you want to add a Y summary list. This is important tip, all right? Y summary list. So even though you've entered that list and called it frequency, you and I know that's the frequency, but the calculator only understands this word summary list. So you need to say that the summary list is coming from that list called frequency. I hope this is clear, right? So you say add Y summary list. And when you say add Y summary list, it will give you the options, okay? Because those are the two lists right now. And obviously it has to come from that list. We call that list frequency. And that's the list that's going to give us a summary. So automatically by default, it gives you a bar chart. Now you say, hello, we wanted a pie chart. So then you can go to your menu and plot type. You can change it to pie chart, all right? Now this is a pie chart. And remember the data is categorical, non-numerical. All right, so a couple of things here. If you just go and right click on any of the pies and you can just say show all labels, and it will give you 54% and so on and so forth. That means 54% of the total sample, that was 50 people that we interviewed, preferred Rohit Sharma. 26% of the sample, the fake sample, 50 people that we interviewed preferred Kohli, and so on and so forth. Okay, that is what this has to be interpreted. Now, let's take an example. Let's come back to this question because this question was in, I think, May, June 21. All right, and look at this question. Although there was some data given here, this is the data. It says the table shows the masses of 30 sheep, mass, numerical data. Okay, not categorical, numerical data. And so there's a mass and frequency given to you. And the first few parts are about quartiles that you can do. But look at the part D. It says draw an accurate pie chart. Remember, we said pie chart is reserved specifically for categorical data, non-numerical data. But this you have is a numerical data and you want to draw a pie chart. And it says accurate. That means the angles should be exactly the same. So you can look at the calculator, but finally, on the exam, you got to use your geometrical tools. I'm not going to say that one more time. Okay, so let's jump to that calculator screen. And this time, let's insert a new problem. And we'll go to the listen spreadsheet data directly to enter the data. They've given the data as a grouped, in groups. So 60 to 80, 80 to 100. I'll show you that quickly. All right, as you can see, the data is given as 60 to 80. And whenever you have data grouped like that, you have to enter the midpoint of each group, okay, each interval. So let's get back to our calculator. The midpoint of 62. So let me write down what that is. Okay, this is the mass. And here I'm going to enter this 60 to 70, so that 60 to 80, so that should be 70 the midpoint, 80 to 100, that should be 90 as the midpoint, 100 to 110, 100 to 120, sorry, that is 110, and 120 to 140, so 130. Remember, it's the midpoint that we enter whenever you're given a grouped data. Now, the frequency, again, let's call it FREQ, and you can notice that it stays not bolded, all right? So meaning it's not bold. And if you've not understood what I meant by not bold, you have to go and look at some of my earlier videos. Why should it be bold or why it should not be bold? Although I've called it FREQ, the same name here. If you had called FREQ on this particular problem, watch this, FREQ, it became bold, right? On a new problem, it's a new variable altogether. You can still use the old name and it'll still remain not bold. Okay, so I'm just going to enter the frequency now. 8, 3, 12, and 7. And now let's just review quickly. Okay, this we call frequency. We understand frequency as, the number of sheep whose mass is 70 is 8. The number of sheep whose mass is 70 is 3. That we understand, but the calculator will not understand. It will have to be entered as a summary list. You have to tell that the summary list comes from a column which we have called FREQ. All right. Now, before we do that, because this is numeric data, this is important. So remember this, because this is numeric data, you have to say, or you have to convert this into a categorical data. I'll show you. All right. So let's add a data statistics page. And now you can see it's not colorful. Remember what I mean by colorful? When I did that thing here, it all came in different colors. And that gives you the hint what type of data. The calculator recognizes this is numeric data. So even if you call this as mass, guess what? It just comes in here. All right. And now if you were to go and say, add a Y summary list, and it'll say, okay, Y summary list comes from that list called frequency. So far, so good. It gives you a histogram. Why? Because the calculator knows it's smarter. It's telling you that's numeric data. And now watch what's going to happen. If you go to plot type, that option of pie chart is grayed out. You'll not even see the option there. So how do you do a pie chart? How do you draw a pie chart for a numeric data when you have a case where it's grayed out? So when you have numeric data, you have to do something called force categorical. Watch, all right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to menu, and is it under plot properties? Yes. And when you come down the arrow, it'll say force categorical. Can you see that? B, force categorical on the X values. The moment you say force categorical, it's become colorful. And that's the clue. That's the hint that now the calculator is reading mass numerical data as if it were categorical or non-numerical. Clear? So once you see colors, it means the calculator is recognizing it as categorical data and not numerical data. And that is the key thing. So even though it's numerical data, what you need to do is that, let me undo. Even if it's numerical data, let's go undo again. Okay. This is the, the initial spread, right? When you have inserted the data statistics page. And the moment you've called in your data from, let's say, the X values are mass, you should go to menu, plot properties, and say, okay, I want to force categorical X. That means you're saying all these values should be recognized, interpreted as categorical values. Okay, so they are numerical data, but the calculator is now going to look at it as if they were categorical data, because remember, we want a pie chart, and a pie chart is only reserved for categorical data. All right, here we go. That doesn't mean you can't do it, but that's a debatable question. Maybe some other day. All right, maybe I'll call in an expert one day on our channel to discuss why such problems are there in the IGC exam. I don't know. Okay, so let's go to plot type, and this time I'll say, can you see now it's not grayed out? Can you see that pie chart? Okay, so because categorical, as I said, we chose a pie chart, but it's equally distributing because the summary, the frequency has not been assigned. So I'm just going to go back to that plot properties and say I'm going to add a Y summary list. Remember, summary means that's what the calculator is recognizing as frequency, and you say, I want the summary coming from that column called frequency. Now it's bland, right? So we are going to go here and we say show all labels. Now, when you say show all labels, 40% of the data is coming from the mass that is associated as 110. 40% of the data. 40% of what? 40% of the circular area. 40% of the circular area. So 40% of the circular area is like 40% of 360 degrees should be the mass corresponding to 110. Is it kgs? Yeah, 110 kgs. 23.3% of 360 degrees, the angles, total angle in a circle, should correspond to the mass that is corresponding to 130 kgs. 26.7% of 360 degrees should be the sector corresponding to the mass that is of 70 kgs. So that percentage that's given to you, that will indicate what the angle should be. So I'm quickly going to make a note of these things. 60 to 80, that's 70. This is 26.7%. And this is going to be, the 91 is 10%. And this one is 40%. And this one is 23.3%. Okay, so I'm going to quickly show you what I've written here. Those are the percentages of the sectors. Okay, that clearly shows to you from the pie chart. So that is the information you gather from the calculator. Remember, as I said, you need to draw it on your paper, on your answer paper. This is going to give you the percentage of the total angle. Okay, the total angle in the circle is 360 degrees. So you then calculate what the angle should be corresponding to each of these sectors, and then use your geometrical tools, and then you draw your pie chart physically. This was just to give you a tip of how to use the calculator to draw the pie chart using that information from there, especially when the data given is numeric. I hope this video was useful. I'm going to see you all in the next video.